In the streets of suburbia, behind the mild-mannered exterior of one of these ordinary bungalows, there lurks a problem. Molly the dog, Sabrina the cat, and a whole multitude of budgies live here at number 11. Now the critters, they like the garden just the way it is. But their owners, Stephen and James, have asked the garden show in to do a backyard makeover.
Well, this house is a 20s house. It had 50s additions and 70s decor. That's changing, and we wanted to bring the garden into the 90s.
And the garden is stuck in the 60s, I feel.
What would you like to see happen to it?
Something that's easy to look after, low maintenance, not to spend too much time on the garden if possible.
And for me, you know, I like my budgies. I've got budgies out there, but they're almost in my bedroom, and we want to make more use of the indoor-outdoor design of the house.
Basically, we've got a rectangle leading down to another rectangle, which at the moment is dominated by the clothesline and dominated by the birdcage. So really, we want to try and hide the clothesline and move the birdcage to give us an area we can create a bit of privacy and create a few gardens.
The guys are keen on low maintenance. How do you propose to deliver that?
Well, I think we'll go sort of tropical seems to be the flavour these days, so we'll go tropical New Zealand, maintenance-free, no pruning, no spraying, and see what we can do.
After packing the owners off to work for the day, it was time to call in the lads. The Hire a Hubby team has all the skills necessary to transform the suburban wasteland. The initial clearing meant that some plants had to be put out of their misery, but others just needed a bit of a trim and a haircut. Now I'm just giving this tree fern here a bit of a tidy up. Stephen, the owner, bought it just after they shifted in here about 7 or 8 years ago. He planted this little tree and it's doing very well, but it's a little bit untidy. So I'll just get rid of some of these old dry bits. And then after I finish that, I'm going to start scrubbing down the wall in preparation for it being painted. Because it's a little bit obvious as it is at the moment, being white and all. And we're going to paint it a dark green, so it just kind of blends into the background a bit more. To counter the straight lines of the site, Chris marks out more gently flowing, curved beds. The hubbies assembled the pergola out on the driveway. With that now in its permanent place, the paving can start. Okay, I've got the can of lilies ready to go, just about ready to start the planting. What are you up to?
Well, we're just putting in a definition, putting in London pavers as a definition between the garden and the lawn, easy maintenance, and then we're on to the planting.
Yeah, nothing like the old mowing strip. And of course the lawn's looking fairly powdery dry. What have we got to do yet?
Well, we've got to finish the paving, do the planting, and we're into the lawn.
Laying down the lawn. Yeah. Sounds good to me. I'll bring the plants in. The pergola's up and the sunny corner is being paved to make a sitting place for the humans and the animals. Of course, clotheslines are a necessary eyesore in many Kiwi gardens. Chris's solution is to hide it all with a screen. Out of sight, out of mind. These Tropicanas are beaut. Do you know them at all, John?
Not a lot. I concentrate more on the building.
Are you?
Yeah,
more of a builder than a planter. Well, let's just have a little look at how we can plant these. I mean, these are going to grow to about 1.5 metres, but to give them a good start at this time of year, we dunk them in a bucket. Give them a good drink until the bubbles stop. That way the soil potting mix is completely wet and it makes the roots of the plant just sort of go through it easily. Sometimes they can form like a hard layer and stop the plant roots from getting through into the soil, and we've got compost all lined up and ready to go there.
That's it.
I think that looks about right. Doesn't take long, but it's worth it at this time of year. Just trim them off a bit so that they'll flower better for us. Altogether, we're using 70 plants for this makeover, courtesy of Palmer's Garden World. And now, one of the most important plants of all, the grass. The lawn mix is laid, and then it's time to roll out the green carpet. Well, the hubbies are hard at work with the green sausage rolls. The instant lawn looks great going down, but how do you guarantee its success, Chris?
The important thing is the base. You must have a good base. So an existing lawn has to be sprayed off, kill off the weeds. Once they're dead, rotary hoe, get rid of that dead vegetation. After that, if you need more soil, bring it in, re-level it, then put down a fertiliser, high nitrogen, slow release. It'll give good leaf growth, root growth, and put the lawn down. Following the lawn, you must water it. It's imperative you water it. at least for 2 weeks, and keep off it.
Just a few loose ends to tidy up because the residents have returned. And here's the revelation they're about to behold. Okay, well, you guys weren't keen to be part of the process. You wanted it all to be a surprise.
Well, yes.
So here you go, your new garden.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. This is
I don't believe it.
insane.
Oh,
You think
this is so great.
I must say, having looked at the budgies today,
Yeah.
they seem quite happy under the Robinia frisia.
Oh, my goodness. It's extraordinary.
Dramatic change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saint Maggie.
No, Saint Team,
Oh,
Saint Team.
Saint Team.
Yeah, see over there you've got the fragrant plants around your Michaelia, so that's going to grow into a good tree. It sort of shades off that area, the utility area.
The utility area, for sure.
And this could be a
look.
good little spot. What do you think? Do you want to take a seat in your new
Wow,
posse?
yeah.
She'll get the last of the sun, that kind of thing.
I like that. It's really good.
That's fantastic.
It is a playground for the animals, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Molly
Look,
seems to
Molly.
like it. What do you think?
Yeah, she adores it.
And there's a New Zealand native Plymouth Mancy here, and within the next 6 months or so, that will sort of start to cover this area, so it'll give you a bit of shade in your sunny spot.
Oh, it's got pergola. Oh, my goodness.
You
It's
have been
everything.
hard at work.
Oh, look, I'll tell you, all in a day's work for the garden show.
What a difference a day makes, and the difference is you.
And we couldn't have done it without those Hira hubbies. Palmer's Garden World, the Living Earth Company, and all these other people.
I'm going to go gardening. I'm going to go hard.
A born-again gardener, here we go. We've got a conversion on our hands here.
If you'd like more details of our garden makeover, see this week's issue of the Weekend Gardener magazine.
A good result there for the gardeners and their pets. Sometimes, though, changing a garden around can result in argy-bargy, either with the neighbours or the council. After the break, Jim Mora looks at getting resources